PTP, positive thinking people. PTP, positive thinking people.
Real Talk Live with Dr. Rodney Grimes. People to people, power to power, positive thinking people. Yes, with Sir Rod and Lady Z. It's not about you, it's not about me, it's about we. In God we trust.
Positive thinking people. PTP, positive thinking people. PTP, positive thinking.
That is.
Gotcha, doctor.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You know me. I'm always excited when I come to you. It's just what we do. I love bringing that positive energy. I like bringing that information. I like supporting the community. And I like dealing with people who do just that. And that's what we are here today. I'm not even going to go into no long spiel. I just want y'all to know, people to people, power to power, positive thinking people. And these two gentlemen I got in here, they represent just what I said, people to people, power to power, positive thinking people. Welcome, Mr. Tico Wells and Mr. Joe Fisher. How y'all doing today?
Doing good.
Incredible.
Yes.
So basically, what's been happening, we kind of been going back and forth trying to get y'all in here, and
at separate times and this that. They got us both together now.
Yeah, we can't blame nobody but me. Yeah. But it's the schedules and things that be going on. But at the same time, I just try to take one day at a time. First of all, giving honor to our Lord and Savior, man. I'm gonna tell you, the Creator. I'm just happy every day that I wake up and try to move forward, because what's been happening in these last few years has been very, very, very trying and frustrating. And so my agenda is to get to network with individuals like yourselves who are doing things that's really opening doors for other individuals. So before I even go, understanding, Joe, that you're the founder of this organization that's talking about going to college, getting these kids to go to college. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I'm the founder of First Generation College Bound. And what we do is we make students aware from low-income families, like I did growing up in the housing projects, that they have money to go to college, to graduate with little to no debt, and they don't even know it. So that's been my mission for 36 years. And actually, here it is today. It's actually turned into a ministry, because it's generational truth that these kids can go with no problem.
That's powerful. So do you run into a lot of complications trying to get the kids to understand that they can be the first one to go to college coming out of their families?
Woo! Wow, Rodney.
Did I throw one at him?
Had to exhale. Sometimes you got to exhale.
That is the challenging part of this job. Making these kids aware that they can go to college. It's just like Harriet Tubman going back.
I was just thinking about Harriet Tubman. I
tell people all the time, I knew nothing about Plato's allegory of the cave until I went to college. And that's about being in darkness, man. When you're in darkness, who is in control? Everything is thrown at you. You don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah.
Just like slaves. You don't know who to trust, right?
Right.
So as long as you're in darkness, man, and the people have created that darkness for you, and they don't want you to come out, that's challenging.
Yes.
So for you to go in and want to get them to come out, and somebody else has been informing them they're better off where they are, it's hard to trust somebody coming in to get you.
Yeah.
Harriet Tubman demonstrated that very well. And that's why the work we do is so hard. People don't believe us because they've been so misinformed, and we have to go in and rescue them. So you would have to go down that road. And it's very tough. It's not easy, but I made a 20-year commitment to make that happen.
That's what it takes, that 20-year commitment.
Ooh, what I discovered, Rodney. Oh, what I discovered.
I mean, I can only imagine how that road. I know one of the problems, the things that help is when you are able to network with with individuals like Mr. Wells.
Mm-hmm.
Tico,
Hey,
now you jumping in, and our conversation has always been about empowering our minds, our bodies. We don't do no we don't cut no corners here. Tico talked to me. I done took the candy bowl off the table. Right? We talking about living right, getting right, focusing right, and these things are really, really powerful. I know I've had you on the show a few times, and it's always been about moving forward, trying to change our way of thinking. And then once you talked to me about Mr. Fisher, I really got excited, and I can't wait to just, even after this, because I got some things in moving that I'm trying to see if y'all can jump on my wagon, and I can attach my wagon to y'all's and see what I can do to help to really move some things forward. Tico, tell me about how did you get involved with Mr. Fisher?
well, I went to high school in Laurel, Maryland, which I still can't say very smoothly. Laurel, Maryland. Where you from? Laurel, Maryland.
Remember that.
But we were next door neighbors.
Yep.
Okay.
And he was just finishing up his
Graduate
master's
school.
degree.
Graduate school.
And I was in 10th grade. So you can see how much older he is than me. I was looking up at him. He's an old guy.
Yeah, he must be drinking some good water because he looked younger than both of us.
I know. He was running track too.
Okay.
He just finished.
It's something he was doing because
finished running. I tried to race him one time. I said he's a long distance runner. He can't handle me. Man, he took off and but no, we met when I was in 10th grade, and we've been friends ever since the 70s. And when I started doing television and films and stuff like that, he would have me come to his school in Columbia, Maryland, and talk to kids, motivational speaking and stuff like that. Fast forward 1990, he decides he's going to create First Generation College Bound.
Mm-hmm.
And so I jumped on we were already friends and trying to inspire people together, and not trying to, he was teaching full time, I was acting, and then we'd come together in the school setting. But since the 90s, I would come in, do motivational speaking, do little commercials. When we did a little public service announcement. So I was working on my directing skills, and we did a short documentary. We did some other video and film things to keep documenting what this work is.
Right.
And then one of the reasons I'm in town right now is because tomorrow night we're having the screening of First Generation College Bound, 33 years and counting.
Come on now.
And we'll be showing that in Greenbelt at the Greenbelt Cinema tomorrow night at 6
o'clock.
I mean, first of all, kudos to both you gentlemen for what y'all doing. There's so much going on in the surrounding areas, and so many people are starting to step up locally and say, hey, we need to do something for the children. Being that now speaking with you, I'm really, really excited about having a connection to have some kids to be able to know. I know somebody that can tell you about going to college where you don't have to be afraid, and to know that anything that you can conceive, you can achieve. That's one of the things that I put out there. You following up done? Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, no question about it, Rodney. No question. Depends on who's feeding you. As I said, you're in that cave.
That fear factor.
Okay. And Tico's been with me. He helped me to kick this off, and he's been with me since 1990 when we kicked this thing off. There's an article about it. I said that in 1990 I would make kids' dreams come true, and here we are, 33 years later.
36 years.
36 years later.
He looks so good. He don't even know how long it is.
I know. I had to shave this off so I can keep up with it.
36 years later, 3,000 kids have gone to college, right? 3,000 we've helped. And no scholarship money. I don't have any scholarship money.
That's the first thing people always
They come to me and say, you got to raise scholarships for these low income. No, we started in a housing community.
Oh, my goodness.
In a housing community.
Kimberly Gardens.
There you go. Kimberly Gardens in Laurel, Maryland. And why do I know this? Because I grew up in Southeast Washington, D.C. in a housing project. I was an outstanding athlete. Won cross country championship, won the mile championship, 2 mile championship, got to go to Catholic University on athletic scholarship. I was the stereotype. I was the standard. You either got to be outstanding academically or you got to be an athlete. And guess what? I went to college and I learned I had money the same amount as my scholarship. Do you know I went and turned that money back in and gave it to my coach and took the other money and stayed on the track team all 4 years?
So this is some of the things that you help these kids understand, that it's not so much that you got to have a scholarship to go. You just got to have the desire.
You got to desire and complete the process. Go to school, graduate, and you can go. When you grow up in poverty, you are not growing up with the resources to do really well. Your life skills are strong. I could navigate DC like you wouldn't believe, but my peers at college could not, because I grew up with those strong life skills. We don't get a grade for that. But why is it that everybody wants to hear our success story once we succeed?
Yeah.
They don't want to be there with us. They want to talk about it, but they don't want to be there with us while we're navigating this life.
Yeah.
You know what? That's funny because Plato's allegory of the cave is all about when you're in the cave and it's dark, you hear stuff outside, but you don't know what's out there. Somebody could come out and tell you what's going on, but until you get that full view, you really don't know. But we put together this film not with the Hollywood budget.
Right.
And many people get stopped because they can't see. If you put one foot in front of the other, amazing things will happen.
Mm-hmm.
And from what, the program and some of the interviews, you see where just put that one, fill out the application, fill out the, like you said, finish school. And you don't need super crazy test score. I mean, what do you call it? Grade point averages and all that, right? You don't need all that. You just have to have the desire. And if you're from a low income, middle income family, the resources are there for you. The folks from the rich families, they this is not, they don't, they gonna go.
Yeah.
They got tutors.
Yeah.
When I was taking the SAT, I was telling Joe the other day, I didn't know nothing about getting a tutor for SAT scores and all that. And my drama teacher looked at me at my SAT score. She said, "Tico, this is bad. This is bad." I was like, I didn't even know a good score from a bad score.
You know what I really admire about both of you, and that's the fact that you're really open to let them know. No, y'all didn't come out with a silver spoon in your mouth.
No.
So for many people who can't come with an excuse and say, I can't do it, because you are actually proof that it can be done.
Listen, he grew up in Southeast. I grew up in Southeast, Seat Pleasant. If anybody remembers Baber Village, it was so rough that it went up as quick as it went down. It was every Friday night, sirens and ambulances and cops and stuff. James and I grew up in a place called Dodge View in Landover. Before Landover was, Kill City or whatever.
Dodge Village.
But a lot of Black people grow up in areas, and Latinos too, and a lot of poor whites grow up in areas where you gotta be street smart.
Yeah.
So I'm glad for the street smarts that I was given. I cherish it because that with the book knowledge and with the life skill knowledge and all of that combined, I love it.
I was actually on a phone call with several individuals whom I grew up with. One of them who I partner with now is Chaplain Parker. We are really looking now to really get into trying to get the youth the opportunity to see that, to believe in themselves and come back together. Another one, gentleman, I can't put his name out there because he literally wants to be in the back. I admire when I talk to someone who say, man, I can give you all the information you need, but you don't need to say my name. You don't need to put me out there. I would, but I want to respect his wishes. But what I do love is the fact that we are all on the same train.
Mm-hmm.
I talked about Joe, this is my first opportunity to be in the same room with you, but I was talking about just what Mr. Wells, Tico, had shared with me about you. And I was telling this conversation with the chaplain Parker and saying, look, we're not the only ones that had this desire to support these young people.
Mm-hmm.
So now y'all have given me a reason, really. My boots was at the ankles. Now I'm putting them up to my knees. You feel me? I'm coming. And I want to see how.
You putting what up to your knees?
My boots.
Go ahead, man.
I'm getting ready to put my boots
Because you're going
on.
in the deep water.
I'm
He's going on the ground.
He's going in the deep water. Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground.
Boots
Yeah.
on the ground.
That's what we do.
And in the water.
That's what we do.
Swamps,
Come on.
whatever
Oh,
you
we're
got.
rescuing kids
but
every year.
Yeah.
Didn't you just said that, hey, we grew up in areas, people, we had to survive.
Had to survive.
You know, you got many people who, and we talking about back in the swamps. Let me tell you something. They got to learn how to go out there and deal with the element.
Well, Joe talks about in the movie, First Generation College Bound, 33 Years and Counting, episodes of where, you know, people tried to pull him into, you know, doing stuff he knew he shouldn't be doing.
Right.
And, you know, talks about the guy trying to get you to steal his car one time. And luckily for Joe, he decided that's not the road he wanted to go down. But,
On Good Hope Road.
you know, and
14 years old.
mm-hmm.
And I said, not today. How about another day?
And so many youth are, you know, get snatched at that age, put in the system,
Yeah.
and they go around and round and round and round. They come out and all they know more about the system or being in the system as a prisoner, prisoner of war, a slave.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the 13th Amendment is about faking the people out that slavery was over, when in fact it says if you commit a crime, slavery is legal.
Because they can lock you up, put chains on you, and treat you like an animal.
You know, let me say this, Rodney. My passion is deep, man. I got the truth of the matter. And I'm carrying a cross, and I knew that when I started this. I carried something with me that I learned in high school. Is that medicine, when a new medicine comes on the market, I read this article. It's 20 years. They take 20 years to work out the kinks to make sure it really works. So they can really, so that if it comes back again, they know what to fix it, right? I never forgot that. Talking about the power of education. After I graduated Catholic University, I got recruited in 10th cycle teacher corps to get my master's in urban education from Morgan State University. That was through the War on Poverty by the Johnson administration. They trained me for what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. Come on. Yes.
And then I got to graduate school.
Mm-hmm.
You know what frustrates me? This is sad. I learned in graduate school that the lifespan of public school programs is 4 to 6 years. That told me there is no commitment to break the cycle of poverty. So we are committed to doing that. And that's why we got these results.
Yes.
And these kids are graduating with little to no debt. Don't come in there informing them that college is expensive and they can't afford it. They have the money, man. It doesn't make sense. In America, any kid of poverty, they can start at the community college tuition free.
See, this is
ridiculous.
This is what we're talking about. This is where it really comes down to individuals like yourselves who come out and we start to educate people and we take the blinders off. We take the blinders off, people can start to see. What happens is we start to wake up in the morning and don't realize that another day is another opportunity for you to achieve your goal, to be the best you can be. Anything above ground is still breathing, is still got opportunity. And that's what we got to get these young people to understand.
Well, we got to get the middle people in the I mean, the young people they still are fresh. They don't have all the baggage yet.
Right.
A lot of the older people are set in their ways, and it's hard to change. It's hard to keep learning. And I think learning is life.
It never stops.
Learning is life.
I love it that you said about the older people because we are the older generation. We got to re-educate ourselves. We got to re-educate ourselves so now we can understand how to go to these young people and talk to them, not at them, but talk with them and get them to out express themselves to let us know too, because they've been blindsided with these phones, with the computers, with all technology out here, got them thinking that, they can become overnight millionaires on YouTube. And half of the young ladies exposing their bodies and things of that nature. We got guys out here that are call themselves becoming music artists and things like this, but when you're really falling in a trap, that when you can get dropped in a situation where you never had 150,000, 250,000, 50,000, or even you even get 1.5 million for the first time, that takes training.
You did not say that.
Huh?
You're on point.
Is that right?
You're right.
What you mean, like
money?
Yeah. Because you got, not everybody know.
Can't manage it.
They don't
yeah.
So
it's the same with a lottery winner.
Yeah.
It's the same with a lottery winner. Most of the lottery winners,
you're on it, right?
Money comes in. I know for me, not coming from money came and went, and it was even as I had started training myself about money, start reading books and stuff.
Yes.
And thankful that my parents and college and my teachers gave me some type of foundation about studying. So I feel like I could study anything and succeed at it.
So just briefly, I want to kind of know how did the documentary, what really brought it to life? Was it you, Joe, that say, hey, we need to tell the story, and then you took on the forming of it? Is that how that took place?
Exactly. You said
I'm a coach, and I know, as John Maxwell said, one is too small of a number to achieve greatness. So you got to get the right people around you, So I think what happened is I'm not an avid writer, but I do talk, and I coach. I'm a retired track coach.
You talk
Catholic sometimes. So
don't let Tico mess with you.
he knows I know my space. So I ain't worried about Tico. You're gonna get authentic Joe Fisher. Just he got his authentic too. So my point is, and really I appreciate your passion. You really you're in the right space. You got me fired up.
Hey,
this is the coach talking, okay?
Yes.
So because you're really on to something, and I'm good. But what really got it going is that you need to know. Go back to what I said: 20-year commitment to medicine, 5-year commitment public education programs. I taught for 13 years, and so Common Core, Race to the Top, No Child Left Behind, all that stuff come and go. So I have been collecting data. Now I started this, and I've been collecting data on all these kids since year one that I've helped to go to college.
So let me ask you this.
Since year one, I got kids off to college. I didn't have to get them ready. And you got to be careful. We're being misinformed. Don't come and tell me. When it's interesting, people come and say, well, you got to start early to get them ready. Well, they didn't say that to Patrick Ewing. He went to Georgetown.
Come on, bro.
Isn't it funny?
Yes.
How when you're an outstanding athlete, regardless, if they want you,
they're gonna get you in.
Right. And if they send you to a community college, come get you or whatever. They're not saying all that.
That you're too young. You're too young for this.
They're not saying all of that.
What's your SAT scores?
Right. So I think that people are they're actually creating barriers for you not to go.
Yeah.
And so what I did was I kept all of my data, and some of these kids in the documentary are the first ones to graduate college. That was started in 1990. They're going to be there tomorrow.
That is so powerful.
They're going to be there.
Can we get the information about where we're going to be tomorrow?
You're going to be there tomorrow.
You're going to be there, right?
I'm going to be there for sure.
Okay.
Me and Lady Z, we coming. I'm already put my stuff together. I'll be there.
You're going to be there.
Is your posse coming?
No, I mean, I didn't.
I ain't know nothing about that, but
But
but you're gonna bring the posse.
We need your whole posse there, man.
Oh.
So hey, look,
you're gonna see some real stuff tomorrow.
well, you know something, believe it or not, I'm going to talk to a couple of people because they're watching, and y'all already heard them. So
You got a church group too, right?
Huh?
You got a church group?
Well, I attend the church. Yes, I do. The Assembly of the Saints, and I got some powerful people up in there.
Oh,
Bring them
Lord.
down. Did you let them know?
Well, I've been talking about it. So
well, you got to get them the RSVP and come on down. Bring the whole church.
Well, this is what I'm going
We
to
still
do.
got
Pick the church up
and pick it up and bring it. Actually,
put it on the train, on the metro.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Jay. You know what I'm gonna do right now?
What?
I'm gonna concentrate on me and Lady Z getting there.
Yeah.
And anybody else that want to come, if you watching the program, y'all already heard them. Get on the subway, do whatever you got to do to get there. But me and Lady Z is accountable. They're gonna give you the information so you know how to get there. And if you want to come, I got a few phone calls I'm going to make with some individuals to see if they want to attend with me. That's fine. I'm triggered too. You're talking about being fired up because I'm a true believer. I'm a true believer in God, a higher being. And I'm at a point in my life that every morning that I get up, it's His will to be done, not my own. Okay. But in that, what that puts me into the position to say, take on my leadership position in the community. I told you one gentleman, I'm doing everything not to mention his name. This brother, he called me this morning. So powerful conversation he gave me, man. He opened up a can of worms that I can go fishing and bring home a dump load of fish with all the information that he gave me. But this other gentleman who I'm networking with, and I'm throwing him out there, Chaplain Parker, we've been pounding away. But I know he's watching right now. But I'm gonna tell you something what's happening right now with y'all too. Y'all just lit a fire up under us that gives us no excuse.
No, man, it blows my mind. And you said what drove this? My 36 years of data now coming. Because we definitely got 33. Tomorrow, you will witness a young man that started my program in elementary school in the projects, who's the executive director, who started in elementary school. You will witness tomorrow a young man who started my program in 8th grade, who was a state senator in Annapolis.
Come on.
In the housing projects. Tomorrow, you will witness Lonnie Moore, who went to college and graduated, whose grandmother got him to my program. She raised him, basically. She took responsibility, got him on that. She was in her 70s. He's married, got a family, his kids have gone to college. He'll be there tomorrow, and he's a deacon in this church. You will see a young lady, Stephanie Lomax, who will be there tomorrow, who now has her own human resource business. It was so, I've been blessed to see the results of what I saw when I started, because I did my research. Don't tell me. And that's why I'm very adamant about, I'm passionate about education. John Maxwell said it best. He said, focus on 80% of your strength. Everybody's got strength. You, Tico, all of us got a strength, right? And then he said that 15%, keep learning. And how do you learn? That's that humility piece. You maintain that humility piece in you to keep learning. And that 5%, your weakness, let that inspire you to go back to that 15.
Yes.
And and that's the reason why. Tico said something very powerful to my students in middle school. He said, no one knows everything. Everyone
knows something.
No one knows everything.
But everybody knows something.
Okay, we got a caller calling in.
Okay.
Hello, caller. State your name and where you calling from.
This is Rachel Pope. I'm calling from District Heights, Maryland.
How you doing, Miss Rachel, Queen Rachel?
Y'all got me lit. I'm just telling you, I'm lit. I'm
Lit.
up at the edge of the couch.
Bring the posse out. Bring the posse out. It's tomorrow. Greenbelt Cinema.
Right?
It's 120,
129 Centerway. Greenbelt, Maryland. Greenbelt Cinema. 6 p.m. tomorrow night. April 28th.
Go ahead.
To y'all kings in their house. I want to say that I know Rodney. I know his passion, what he wants to do, and then to hear y'all come in here and flare him up.
Yes.
It's awesome to see as someone that's been following him, you know, from the beginning to now, and how God is all in the midst of all this. Okay,
Lord,
He brings people to you that is needed in the spot on time. But Rodney or someone said, concerned about your information, Mr. Fisher and Mr. Wells. I just wanted to know what type of funding are you receiving for your scholarship? Is it through the federal, private? You know, where is it coming from?
Very good question.
You know, I can participate in sending. Through my research and looking for funding for other people that I do from the heart, you know, let me know. Let us know how are we
how you can help
the funding to you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good question.
Can you hear me? So the website is First Generation College Bound, firstgenerationcollegebound.org or fgcb.org. And there's a donation button on there. It's a lot of information about the organization, but I'll let Joe talk more about how we use government funding more so than relying on scholarship.
Right, okay.
Right. So we're managing annually 2,000 students. We're managing, like this year, for example, in the high school, 600. We got 2,000 we're tracking in college, right? So we had, what was over that? Gee whiz. It was like 2,000 we're managing though, overall on the average. So we get money. So I did my research. The government money expires. It comes and goes. Okay. And okay, like the programs that helped me, they're all gone. All right. Regardless whether they work or not. So what I realized, I had to get the right money. I had to get donations. The county government has given us a grant annually. We have to fight for that every year because everybody's completed for these funds. But I use my data to show that we're working. You need to keep funding us. Yes. And data is important. This is not a one-time commitment. This is a long-term commitment. You cannot break the cycle of poverty with one-year grants.
Come on. That's what
and the elected officials have got to be informed of that.
Yes.
And you got to get it to the, you know, it's that's the thing that has driven my passion. Because and we've gotten these donations coming in, and we've gotten some grants for 5 years. And even they expired. Do you know some of these grants have expired? We volunteered to keep track of our data with these kids. We volunteer. So how can you help? Oh, by the way, hold on. The state senator I told you about, he worked to get a line item in the state budget. First time in history in any state of the country. Alonzo Washington. He first time ever impacted 16 programs in the state of Maryland that are eligible for this money. For us to recruit 10th, 11th, and 12th graders in poverty to go to college in Prince George's County. This started in a housing project, and then we're impacting 8 high schools finding these kids. You talking about putting your boots on the ground? I had full-time boots on the grounds in 8 high schools in Prince George's County.
Well, first of all, man, that is so powerful. This is
donations. We need residual income.
Yes. This is so powerful. Miss Rachel, she's one who talks and network with a lot of individuals who deal with grants and things like that. She's been doing this for years. She's a mentor in different ways, but she's an artist. a natural healer. She
Oh, yeah,
yes,
we love that.
yeah. But I'm sitting here, man, trying not to. I feel like I'm ready to just.
Bust.
I'm a bust open coming out this chair because the conversations that I had with two gentlemen today is on a level where y'all are where we want to go.
Yeah.
And this is a collective opportunity for and Rachel, you can stay on a minute if you want, but I got to stress this.
Okay, go and stress. I'm gonna hang up so somebody
Okay.
else can call.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Blessings.
Thank you for calling and we appreciate it. Good question though. I love it. I love it. I love it.
You know, one of the things that really is getting me in this is that so many individuals have fell off and think that we have no leaders, we have no warriors out here to participate, to do something for these young people. Mr. Fisher, I can't even I can't take my hat off because I don't have a fresh haircut, but I'll take it off for you. Because I can't take mine off, I'm telling you. But I'm telling you, you have inspired.
You take yours off, I'll take mine off.
No, I can't. We not getting me to take mine off.
I'm gonna come back to that point. Go ahead.
Yeah. But I'm saying that I'm a true believer in a higher being. God is amazing. This conversation we're having is just so powerful. Oh, here we got. And I'm gonna hold on to that, but I'm gonna answer this. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Katrina McMurray, and I am in the full-time ministry. This is Apostle Prophet Katrina. Y'all know me as Mr. Fisher. My question is directly to you. When you spoke about donation and grants and the data, when I tell you, you are so on target. First generation college.
Bound.
When you said that, all I could see is new generation. New generation, just not the young people, but for the older people. What programs do you have? I always been able to instill in people it's never, ever too late to learn. As long as you have breath in your body, you're able to learn. You have a lot of older people that are reclaiming their high school diplomas. They're going back, getting their bachelor's and master's degrees. What programs do you have for the older people or the middle-aged people to say, hey, I want to go back to college. I want to go back and redeem what has been left behind or taken from me. I am a special education teacher. I have taught public school for over 36 years. I retired in 2022. And as I retired, I went back to college. I'm still in college getting my master's in psychology, applied in clinical. And I thank God for this program because many people need to know the door of education is still open, and that opens many doors for you to get the things that you need. So my question to you is, how do you get in the mindset, the fixed mindset of the older generation and young adults, and let them know it's never too late to get a growth mindset?
So one thing, the best thing I ever did was when I started First Generation College Bound. They said, don't, start slow. Don't go too fast because you're okay. So I went to Housing Project and I knocked on 300 doors and I got about 8 people to sign up my first year. But that was okay. I started with those 8, but I ended up with that first year of getting 17 off to college. She's right. The problem is, one thing you got to learn is that when you're doing this kind of work and it's a ministry, you need to know I volunteered 6 years before we got any money. With the support of my wife while I was teaching full time and I was coaching at Catholic University. I retired after 35 years to now run this full time. I retired after 41 years coaching at Catholic University, raising a family as well, giving of myself. But it was 6 years before we got any major funding. So I'm saying this to say the following. I created this because my focus was on kids, getting them off to college. Now, because that was an issue, I saw no one else was doing it. And no one else is doing it in this unique way that I'm doing it, because we started in a housing project and we're still there. By the way, Katrina, let me share this with you. I know exactly what you're saying. I'm going to tell you why this is a sensitive issue for me. My mother got her GED at age 52. Now, let me say something to you. My mother died in 2006, and I tell that story. It takes money, and it takes the right money to be long-term committed. And that's what we have to understand as a people. We got this, we can't just get the money and it runs out. We got to sustain it. My goal is to sustain this operation. I got employees to pay to do this work. I've got 20 employees that I'm responsible for, and I'm practicing serious stewardship. So here's what I want to say to you. I'm going to tell you how sensitive I am to what you're saying. In that housing project where I am today, this parent told me she was going to the community college. I said, "Oh, you're getting a Pell Grant." Then, Mr. Fisher, let me be honest. I'm getting my GED. I said, "Oh, really?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, my mother got her GED at age 52. You know what she said? Oh, so I still got a chance." I said, "You most certainly do." And guess what? This year at age 43, she got her GED. We recognized her and gave her $100.
Jesus.
Can
That's not, we don't do that, but I leverage resources is what I do, because we can only do but so much.
can the older person, you're saying like after high school age, going back 30, 40, 50-year-old person, can they get funding? Can they get Pell Grant? Is Pell Grant age sensitive?
Yeah. No, they can get Pell Grants, yes. So if they've never got Pell Grants and they meet that income qualification, they can get it.
Okay.
So, it's interesting. I've been leveraging Pell Grants. They've been available. A lot of people don't know how this stuff works that I do for low-income kids. And please understand, my commitment is to students of poverty. All right. So, I grew up in the tobacco fields. My mother sent us there during the summertime. And you know what? When you're growing up in poverty, I tell people all the time, you are very rich and don't even know it. You don't measure your richness externally. You got to look on the inside. That's why our theme is bridging the home, church, school, and community for success. We as people, how did we get here today where we are without the church? Dr. Martin Luther King is my hero, definitely. He is in me as deep as you want to be. That man made a sacrifice. So I think, and he was on the ground floor. And I think that we have got to understand, when we start something, we got to strive to put the infrastructure in to sustain it. And that's what I'm doing. So I want to be
the answer
committed to
is
that.
yes, right?
The answer is yes.
Okay.
So if you're a poverty of any age, you are eligible for the Pell Grant.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Tico.
Thank you so much.
Does that help you?
Yes, thank you so much.
Sure. And anytime, if you
what about state money? There's some other, what's that other there's the Pell Grant, then there's some state funding.
Yeah, there's centurial money. If you let's say you go to college, right? And you're short a few, whatever comes up short, you can write to your Maryland state senator and delegate in Annapolis. They have scholarships they give out that they can support you as well.
Yes.
And I would say to you, and this is a real need for what you're saying, by the way, people take for granted that everybody has a high school diploma. I don't. I know my mother's in that audience at that high school graduation. Every time I go through a high school graduation, that's on my mind. I have not let that go. But I know where my focus is. But if someone comes to me, I would say that there is a need now for somebody to recognize where these GE programs are located, because they used to be in high schools and they took them out.
Right.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does.
Thank you so much.
Let me just say one more thing. They used to have what you call adult learning programs.
There you go.
Where you could get
a high school diploma or a GED by your life experiences. But now they have taken that away.
Well, one and thank you,
Wow.
Prophet Katrina.
Yes.
You're another individual who's always supporting programs, people moving forward. Those that was some powerful questions that you asked.
Yeah.
And we just so excited because we got individuals like you that's out there is paying attention and also that's encouraging us to keep moving forward. So thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. And also the website again is FGCB. F as in Frank, G as in good, C as in cat, B as in boy, .org. FGCB.org. FGCB.org.
Yes.
First Generation College Bound.
And if you look on, I'll say this to you, Katrina. This is very serious too. I grew up in the tobacco fields. We had a family reunion, and if you look at our logo, my sister created that logo with that tree on it, and we were down in Charles County in the tobacco field area where this thing, the vision, actually took off.
And here's some trivia too.
Yeah.
My childhood friend, J. Tan Hart, who he's known as in the musical world, did one of the songs for the score of the movie called "We Gotta Take a Stand." We used his song "We Gotta Take a Stand." So I wanted to give J. Tan Hart a shout out. Jimmy
Wow.
Jam.
It takes individuals like Prophet Katrina, Joe Fisher, Tico Wells, Jay Hart, Chaplain Parker, but the names that I don't know that believe in not giving up. It takes all of us to come in to do our part. We got to learn that the way that certain individuals in this country, the way that they survived was to come together to make sure financially that people who had these ideas didn't have to struggle. In order to maintain control in certain areas, it takes funding.
Yep.
Now, we got a lot of people who want to look at the news. You can move that mic to the side a little bit, just if it keep bothering you. Push. Yeah, there you go. That's it. It's still a pick you up. It's okay.
Okay.
Right.
Did you want to hang up so next call?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Katrina.
I need to ask Mr. Fisher one more thing. You said something about Charles County.
Yeah.
Now, I retired from Lackey High School, M.E. Lackey High School in 2022. Are you familiar with that high school?
I most certainly am.
Yes, there's a lot of kids came out of that high school and went to college.
Yeah, and thanks for bringing back. You know,
we got another caller.
Okay, go ahead.
No, you go ahead and still answer.
But I just want you to know.
Hold on, caller.
Thank you, Katrina. Thank you for bringing up that GED. That's very close to my heart.
Caller, state your name and where you calling from, please.
Good evening. It's Chaplain Parker.
Good evening. Mr. Parker, he's in the house.
My man. Good evening, gentlemen.
I do now. He's been talking to me.
That's the gentleman I've been talking about.
I think he called in the first time I was on the show. Chaplain, did you call in the first time I was on the show a couple years ago?
No, but I sent the chat while you was there.
Wow. Okay.
Good evening to y'all. Glory be to God. I don't tell you anything, but I come expressing, man, y'all got me all wound up over here.
Wow.
Joe and yourself, Tico, God bless both of you of what you are doing and what you are bringing to the forefront and have been bringing to the forefront.
Bless all of us. Bless all of us.
You are.
Thank you.
If I may just jump in there, because you and I was having this very, very serious conversation this morning.
Yes.
And as we know, sitting here listening to both of these gentlemen, we had no idea what this conversation was going to be like.
We did.
But we now have confirmation. I told you that
we
we got to put the boots on, and the boots got to go up to the knees. They can't be at the ankle. We got to put them on because we got to get in there and we got to do what we got to do our part. See, I'm just so excited again, and I just give honor and praise, man. I'm trying to tell you that I'm sitting here trying not to jump up and do no dance up in here because this is so powerful. Knowing
it is. You know, I was listening to Joe, my brother Joe. He was talking about that tobacco field.
Yep. I can cut some tobacco.
I come to tell you, I come out of the clay dirt of Carolina in those tobacco fields.
There you go.
Not only tobacco fields and blueberries also.
Mm-hmm.
Had to go down there during the course of the summer when we was out of school. My mother sent us down there for the summertime. So there we have it. It's been a pleasure this evening to enjoy both of you, your conversation, and very much needed information as far as education for our youth. And to hammer it in, because I understand that we can do and give more than what we participate in giving and doing more.
Yeah.
If I can cut in right here on that point, we give a lot to Nike. We give a lot to Mercedes. We give a lot to Toyota, Nissan.
Come on.
What's some other ones?
Walmart. Home Depot.
We talk a lot.
We talking about with jewelry. We talking about clothing lines. We give a lot.
But when you talk about giving to the community that you don't want to be afraid of, that you want to be able to walk outside your house and not get busted upside the head with a weapon or something, we don't seem to always. I'm not going to talk about what we don't. Let's talk about Let's inspire each other to give, and that's a practice.
Yes.
The church has taught people how to give at church.
Yeah.
A donation.
Yeah.
So we're like Pavlov's dogs. We respond to repetition.
Right.
So we have to also learn how to give to things that are important to us.
Yes.
Not just looking good. Looking good is great.
Yeah.
But do you need 50 pairs of Nikes? Somewhere along the line, that message is getting out very clear. And that's not to put Nike down. Nike makes a great product. Blah, blah, blah.
But I got to say this. A gentleman said this, and I'm going to say this is Harold Harrison. He said, we got many people are dressed up trash cans. Okay? Dressed up trash cans. I can't when somebody shares something to me, I got to give them. When he told me that, I start to think of myself. I love to look nice. But Chaplain, what did you say? How do we start working? On
inside out.
Come on.
See, and that's and
come
like
on.
I said, when I see poverty, I see opportunity.
Okay, there you go.
So, Alonzo Washington, who's the Maryland State Senator, he was homeless. Guess what? He did not know when he was homeless. He stayed with me for 2 years.
Oh, my goodness.
And when he went to college, he called me up. I talked to him. You know what he said? My wife, she was the one that read his paper. He talks about that red ink she did to him. And he stayed with us. And he told me, he said, Mr. Fisher, guess what I do now when I get up in the morning? I read the newspaper because I saw you doing it in the kitchen, which is what I saw my father do.
That's right.
And then he didn't know that his mother couldn't read until he graduated college.
Wow. Wow, my God. Hey, Chaplain.
Yes.
Hey, I got an extra pair of boots.
Hey, my foot.
Oh, wait. Oh, doctor. I got to say something to both of you, okay?
Yeah.
And this is very important. I'm data driven. Remember I told you about 20 years?
Yes.
Listen carefully. So, I don't know about you, but I was at the Million Man March in 1995.
I was
there
too.
I was there.
Okay.
I was there.
I was there.
So here I was. I was there in 95. My program was 5 years old.
October 16th, I believe.
There you go. And I said, what will we have to show for this later? Hold on to that.
Come on.
This is where I'm going. Everybody wants a quick fix.
Yep.
Rather than stay in the course.
Right.
Yes.
We we're looking for the new car that comes every so often to be distracted to get off course.
Right.
And here's what I'm saying to you. I had my first college graduate in 96. Today, I got 1,000. I'm showing results of that movement. And that's the thing.
I never even put that together.
Many, I look at that. And that 12-year-old student that spoke, everybody can speak. But I'm looking at Aurelius. I've been reading about, I learned about Plato and Socrates and all that. Jesus Christ and Socrates, well, that's another story. Tika and I talk about this. But these are people, suppose never wrote a book, but their students carried on. Their spirit still lives, right?
Right.
So here's my point to you. And to me, I'm just saying that I studied Aurelius, the philosopher. I'm looking at Stoicism. Stoicism? Have you ever heard that? Stoicism. STOICISM, something like that. Stoicism, right? And it's about what's more important, motivation or not. They're about you got to stay the course, discipline. Great to be motivated. Regardless of the storm, you got to stay motivated to keep moving.
And all right, I'm gonna piggyback on that. So, this film we made this is like I said, it was not a Hollywood budget. We made this film on air and toothpicks and love and elbow
from the
grease.
yard.
Okay. And, I saw 2 documentaries that blew me away. One was 13th by Ava DuVernay. If y'all get a chance to go see that, see it. Another one was about the school's integration and how 100,000 teachers lost their jobs. It's called Belonging Beyond Brown versus Board of Education. And I found out that both of these films had tremendous budgets. But after watching them and them being so good, I got a little discouraged. I got a little insecure. Wow, how is this film that I directed produced along with Joe Fisher? What are people going to think of me? We just got a little old film.
That's right.
And then Ryan Coogler won the Academy Award for Sinners. And they asked him, what's your best film? And you know what he said? He said, when I made my first film, Fruitvale Station, I did the best film that I could with what I had.
Come on.
And then he said, when I did Creed, I made the best film I could with what I had. And then when he did Black Panther, he said, I made the best film with what I had. And then when he did Sinners, you know what he said? I made the best film with what I had.
Come on.
And hearing that inspired me so much and gave me excitement. And I told a 4th grade class last Friday the same thing. I said, I made the best film that I could with what I had. And I encouraged those 4th graders. I said, what are you getting from this conversation? What is it in your life that you can look on and say, well, I did the best I could with what I had. I don't have to put it down.
Right.
I don't have to hide my head.
Right. Joe
went knocking on 300 doors in the beginning, people slamming the door in his face. He did the best he could with what he had.
Hey, Chaplain,
Amen.
You already know that they just gave us a slogan, right?
Sure did. Sure did. They don't know it, though.
But they don't know it, but they just gave us a slogan. We're gonna do the best we can
with what we have.
and we're gonna do the best we can with what we have.
Well, what we have. Listen to this. I'll end with this because I have to run. I got a speaking engagement. But I want us to always heed to what God says in His Word. Right? God says one planet and one water that is to increase. Because at the beginning and the end of the day, it's about one beggar telling another beggar where to go get bread because we all need to be fed.
Amen. Amen.
I love all y'all, man. I look to meet.
Are you coming by tomorrow night? Chaplain, are you coming by tomorrow night?
I have to work tomorrow night.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I would like to ask you if you could tell 5 people that we're going to be at the Greenbelt Cinema, 129 Center Way in Greenbelt, Maryland, and that's 20770. Once again, 129 Center Way, Greenbelt, Maryland, April 28th, Tuesday night, from 6 to 9, and we're going to be showing our film, First Generation College Bound, 33 Years and Counting.
I already got you. I got all the information wrote down. I'm here to tell you. I'm going to spread the news.
All right.
It's good news here.
Yes, it
And
is.
tell them if they come, tell them to come up and say hello to us after
Yeah.
the film. We're going to have a Q&A after the film.
Okay. All right. I love you guys.
All right. Love you
All
too.
right.
Peace
My
and
man.
blessings.
Thank
All
you.
right.
This is. Let me just say this to you, Doctor. It's nice when you know you got the formula and it works. I've been doing the same formula for 36 years. Do you know at a high school last week, I was talking to a tennis coach and he had 5 athletes there. 2 of them were already enrolled in my program. And we've been keeping them on the right track, right? And another young man that I met as I was talking, giving a motivational talk. And he was interested in my program because he got accepted to Towson and Bowie. And I said, well, I found out that he was eligible for a Pell Grant. I said, I saw his Pell Grant. I said, this may be eligible for some more money. So I said, and he got accepted at Towson, but he got to come up with like $6,000 or $8,000 a year. And what we do is, and don't get me wrong, look, I've moved on. I'm not in poverty now, but I've always been rich in spirit, and I walk with that. But my point is that I had this next layer because we have to get into people's business. Is what I do. That's not easy. But anyway, I said, wow, I need your dad's tax return. But then I had him open up this other account in the state money that's available. Got him to go in and open up that account. He got money in there to pay for room, board, and tuition. He can go for tuition, room, and board paid. He didn't even know it. I've been doing this 36 years for these kids of poverty, like Alonzo I told you about. Not only that, but also Dr. Dontre Scott, who grew up in the housing projects practicing in Houston, Texas. I got 19 doctorates, by the way. We got master's degrees. We got it across the board. But my point is, these are a lot of kids like this young man are graduating from high school and don't know. But we're doing as best we can based on the way we've scaled this thing to work because we want to raise the money to sustain it. But what I want to do is train other people in the churches. We're talking about this. We want to pilot this in Laurel to meet with the clergy to get someone trained and staffed. Because if people come to you for Thanksgiving for baskets and for toys, then they're in need. But they don't know their kids have a future.
And we have to take it upon ourselves to get that information. And I'm going to take this opportunity to say That is the reason why I do what I do with this podcast. My slogan is everything that we talk about. We talked about today. People to people. That's me, you, and them.
Right.
Them being whoever you want them to be. Power to power. The power you possess, the power I possess, but the power we possess together. And then it's positive thinking people. PTP. Right? Now, let me stress something. I'm sitting over here, I'm overwhelmed emotionally because of some of the struggles that I had to endure as a child. But I see it in so many other kids when I come into a classroom. I've spoken, I got certificates from speaking in schools, right? Some of the teachers came back crying, said, "How did you get control of that room?" I said, "Because I was that child." I was him. The one who didn't have someone to tell them that they love them before they go to sleep. Father may be abusive to the mom. Seeing other family members getting hooked on drugs when they had something in the pit of their stomach that said, "I'm bigger and better," but don't know how to bring it out. See, we need individuals like you, gentlemen, and I'm not going to exclude myself because I live on a daily basis to come out. How did I get my doctorate? This is because I've been in the fields. I've been out there grinding
with your boots on,
with my boots on.
Yeah,
and I continue to do so.
Right.
I ask people to support this podcast. I don't bring negativity on here. I can talk about how many people got killed and who stole a car.
Right.
Matter of fact, in 2000, a little over a year ago, me and my wife was carjacked with a gun in my chest. But I didn't come on and talk about that to drive on that. What I came on and talked about was that opportunity that God gave us to wake up and still be a blessing for somebody else and come out to do something to make a difference. I say all that to say, here we got projects like this. If you are paying attention right now and you know somebody that has children in their home that need to get encouraged, come to the documentary screening tomorrow. Come up in there and put yourself in a position to see that the reality of life is real. That is not something fabricated. It's a dream that can be reality tomorrow. All I'm saying is, me just pounding on this ground with this podcast is no different from what you're doing, pounding grounds, trying to get people in college, what you're doing, and I say this, and we got Jay Hart is in the other room. I ain't bringing him on because it wasn't his time. He coming on next week to talk about his music life. But he was one that told me about you. And he was the one that told me what kind of guy you were. And he was on point. And I am so proud to sit here and know that, something is not in vain what I'm doing. And I'm saying this to say that I was that child. My it's an honorary doctorate. I got people that don't want to honor that. It's not up to you.
And everything is honorary, isn't it? Like this school said, if you do this, this, and this, we'll give you this.
Yeah.
But the true doctorate is in the heart.
Come
We're all got our doctorates, and
You know what? I know who Joe Fisher is.
Yeah.
I am so. Hey, I know where I'm going when I leave this earth. I'm not even worried about it. My mother taught us very well, so I'm good to go. Yeah. So here's what I'm going to say. It's funny to say that because I just here you go, man. You always triggering something. I think we gotta, when you know your purpose, man, it's very powerful. When you got that spirit and you know your purpose on the inside,
yes,
only you can allow it to be taken away.
Yes.
And that's the reason why I say sometimes you win, sometimes you learn.
You
never lose.
Come on.
Don't let somebody take away your youth.
Yeah. And Robert
Don't
Townsend
do
told me,
that to me.
Robert Townsend told me, he said, I always win. And I thought it was arrogant
Always
at
an
first.
answer.
I thought it was arrogant at first.
Yep.
Just like when people would say, how you doing today? I'm blessed and highly favored. Sometimes I took that as arrogance, but it's a commitment. So every day when I wake up, I say everything is working out.
Yeah. Me and my wife.
Everything is working out.
My wife is in there working the board, and let me tell you something.
Lady Z.
Every morning. Every morning.
Every morning.
You know what she say before she even give me a kiss or even touch me or tell me to go fix my stinky breath.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "It's a good day."
Mm.
Every morning.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
That's the first thing she says to me. It's a good day.
And it's not about circumstances. It's not about anything. It's a declaration. So when you say bridging the home, church, school,
and community for success.
For success. That's a declaration. That's an affirmation. That's a prayer.
Well, first of all, we also
that's another movie.
We also know this, and this is just sometimes I like to get people who can't really comprehend on different levels, and they just don't get it. But if you move into a neighborhood and you don't cut your grass, your yard is going to look messed up. If you allow your kids to stand in the front yard and drop their cup and eat a candy bar and throw the paper down on the ground, you start to set the foundation for them to disrupt the community. Whenever I move into a neighborhood, the first thing I do is groom my yard.
Mm-hmm.
Reason being that now I'm setting the tone for who I am. What I'm saying right now, set the tone going to these young people to understand that they could be college bound.
Yeah.
Set the tone for them to understand. We got to understand the power of words.
And if they want to go, that was a caveat too. First generation college bound is not going through with a hammer and sledgehammer telling you, you got to go to college. It's for people who want to go to college. He came into the neighborhood to get those who wanted that opportunity. It's not for everybody. Some people want to go in the military. Some people want to go into crime. Some people want to go into job market, whatever.
Right.
I wanted to go to college because my mom made it seem so beautiful. Her experience at Virginia State University. I wanted to go to college.
I got a goddaughter named Keena Holmes. She has two sons that's in college right now, doing tremendously well. Matter of fact, she just told me one, I think he just came home. I'm going to see if I can get him in here because I want to talk to him. But one of the things that I'm listening and I'm really just excited about, planting the seeds in these young people's mind is giving them that opportunity to know. Here we now know that we got a project. When I say a project, it's something that you can actually go and get information on how to get into college.
And again, for those out there who just joined, firstgenerationcollegebound.org. You can donate. You can find out about the organization. We got videos on YouTube as well. And tomorrow night, April 28th, 2026, because this will stay on YouTube for a minute, right?
Oh, it's going to be on there.
This is the eve of our grand screening of First Generation College Bound, 33 Years and Counting, our documentary about the organization. So if you come out tomorrow night, it's free, totally free to the public at the Greenbelt Cinema. That is 129 Center Way.
Yes.
Center Way.
In Greenbelt, Maryland. At 6 p.m.
Yeah. Ron, I want to say something. I want to say something that's related to my 20-year commitment. This is the one thing I'm saying. This is what people don't understand. And this really bothers me. It's funny, when I was going to school, you could graduate, go in the military, get a job, And matter of fact, they trained you in vocational education if you want to go. Or you went to the academic school to go to college. Okay. I said you were in the military. So you had these options. And then all of a sudden, they took it away.
Mm-hmm.
You took vocational ed out of school,
Mm-hmm.
right? And now all of a sudden, they're saying that it's not meant for everybody to go to college. You know, so now they don't have people coming out of the workforce like my sister did, who got a job at the State Department due to vocational ed as a stenographer. Okay, pretty much, or writing shorthand.
Mm-hmm.
In our generation, you had that.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're getting attacked, especially in this anti-intellect movement, that they don't want you to go to college,
Mm-hmm.
that we're being dummied down. And so people need to recognize where we are. I am not against workforce development. I am not. Our kids need to have options like we did. And that's what we're saying. If you want to go to college, we're here. But the one thing I want to add to this, people have to change their mindset to attend an affordable college. Whenever you don't have the money, you got to go where you can afford, starting with the community college.
Right.
And that's where people have got to go. They got to think that way. And I say this to you. I coached at Catholic University 41 years. I never recruited a student who couldn't afford it. I informed them where they could go, where they could afford it, because I knew their background. Because I couldn't do that to a kid to put them in all that debt. And I'm sensitive to this because I got many peers who can't retire because they took on all this student loan debt for their kids.
Mm-hmm.
And people, we love our kids, but we got to think about ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We got to think about us. And I'm very sensitive to this because when my dad died, my mother got a Social Security check for $400 a month. My brother and I took care of her for 30 years because of the support of our wives. And everybody can't do that.
Right.
But we got to think, especially with my loan, they got to think, but everybody, you got to think college affordability. And I also want to add this, talking about richness. My mother's unbelievable. My father, 10th grade education, a gifted engineer. Didn't go to school for it, was a gifted engineer. My mother had a doctorate in philosophy, 6th grade education. And we never saw her sweat figuring out a problem. And I didn't realize this, that she was practicing the Socratic method and we didn't even know it. And that talks about that richness we have on the inside. And that's why I'm so committed to that. Some people may not have that formal education, but they have a gift that they're practicing, like George Washington.
That mother wit.
There you go.
That mother wit.
I can honestly say that there's many people out there who are struggling, who don't have individuals to believe in them.
Mm-hmm.
I could say this: if you have a dream, all dreams can become reality.
Mm-hmm.
You have a talent. Focus on your talent. I told a young drug dealer one time. I said, "Yo, bro," I said, "let me tell you something." I said, "You're much smarter than you give yourself credit." And they called me Pops, right? He said, "Pops, what you talking about?" I said, "Look, any guy that can convince somebody to put some garbage in his body that's going to kill him, destroy his mind, is a talented person. All you got to do is figure out how to change that into a positive business. Because what you got is a gift." And he just looked at me. I said, "See, if you take that skill and put it to work in a way that you don't have to look over your back, I'm telling you, you're going to be one powerful individual." Now, I can tell you, many of them don't understand. But even in the schools, when I went in there, the ones who were struggling, I know that it's not easy. But nothing is for real. If it's easy, you ain't going to respect it. But when you got to put that work in, it's when you finally look back and you say, man, this was well worth it. With that said, I want people to know that we need your support all the way around, from the podcast to the colleges to this program to the documentary. We want you to come out. We want you to support all of the soldiers that's out there working, and there's many of us. And I can say this too. If I ask the question, and I've asked this in many places, do you think that there's more black males going to penitentiary or going to school? What do you think that most people say? Penitentiary. They got us believing that it's not true though. They don't realize that we have more young black males being good fathers, going to college, starting their own businesses. All of this is something that we got to change the image that is being portrayed of us. I don't really like watching the news in the morning.
Well, that's a good point, because by being able to make our own film, we took charge of somebody doing good work. We didn't wait for Hollywood to say, we're going to give you permission to celebrate. Really, it's a celebration tomorrow. It's really a celebration
Yes.
of what this man has dedicated his life to, and all the people's lives that it touched, myself included. So that's the one thing that's one thing that I'm excited about, is that we did it. We did something. He's doing it. We're continuing to do it. And we're not asking for permission. Can we be of a benefit? We're not asking, can we be of a benefit? We're just setting our minds to be that, to live that, to walk that, to talk that. And for those who can hear, let them hear.
This is amazing. We done ran over. we went 30 minutes over, but sometimes you just gotta let it roll. But first of all, both of you are always welcome on any level. Just let me know when we can sit down and do this again. I would love for you to get maybe a couple of the individuals who has already achieved their levels to come and sit down, so that we can actually put this on the air and let people know that this is real. This is not fabricated. This is some real stuff.
Not AI.
It's not AI. And that we have the opportunity to make changes in people's lives. So before we go off the air, I'm going to give you an opportunity to say something, and then you, Mr. Wells, to speak. And I want people to know, Tico is on my wall. Mr. Fisher, get ready to get on my wall. I'm letting y'all know I know them for real. These some guys who's making changes in the community, and I'm jumping in that wagon, and I'm carrying my part too. So if you would, you go ahead and speak your piece. And
well, you said something pretty powerful about the penitentiary thing, and one of the things I always say: perception is dangerous without the facts, and you just confirmed that about black men. It's also as part of this mission, but I just want to say that this right here is, I appreciate you providing this opportunity, number one. And I'm glad that Tico is here. I can't say enough when he was there when the headlines say Joe Fisher would make dreams come true. And he was there that day that I went into the community when they wrote that article. And he's been with me on this journey. And I can't say enough for you bringing us together to talk about this. Not only that, but I do want you to know the results that I've been able to witness today and have achieved, I saw when I started.
okay.
And when you got the facts to stay the course, and you got that spirit in you, I would say when you got that, surround yourself with the right people. Surround yourself with the right people. Don't chase the dollar. Chase the right people. Because you don't need everybody. You need the right bodies. So whatever your vision or whatever your dream is, surround yourself with the right bodies. Like I've been blessed. I've been blessed from all the people who have poured into me. My mom, my coaches, and others out there who pulled into me for me to stay the course to make this happen. They're not here, but their spirits live in me to help me to achieve what I am.
That's much respect. Much respect. Much respect. Mr. Wells.
Man, he just said a mouthful right there. You know, as he goes 36, I'm 36 years in too. And Saturday night we celebrated 35th anniversary of the Five Heartbeats in at UCLA and the Hammer Museum in Los Angeles. And I feel that work was important in my life, and this work is important in my life. So I could take my talents that way, film wise, and I can take my talents this way to make a difference as a director and a producer. And shout out to Robert Townsend, because I got to see him up close and personal, directing and acting and producing and writing. And it gave me the encouragement that I could do that for Joe and First Generation College Bound. And he had to trust me. Whereas I can't just I have him to encourage me as a person, as an artist, as a filmmaker. And we blended both of our talents together for this documentary that we're excited about, and I look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow night at 6:00 at the Greenbelt Theater Cinema.
Say the address one more time.
129 Center Way in Greenbelt, Maryland. For all people in the DMV, I know get out in your cars early because traffic is crazy out on that beltway and whatnot. But this is a homecoming for me. I grew up in the area, and it feels good to come back home. You know, not like the prodigal son. I don't think they came home. That great, but you know, to give. I don't like to always say give back. Just to give and to receive.
Yes.
It's not just about giving back. Like, oh, I'm so good. Yeah. Look at me, I'm giving back. No. This is part of the work. This is what we're here on the planet to do. Is to sow good seeds. I'm not a perfect person. Joe's not a perfect person. You're not a perfect person. But as long as our intention is towards good, is towards doing something constructive, we got a chance.
Much respect.
Much respect.
I tell you, it's people to people, power to power, positive people. Thank you so much for tuning in. We love you. Please go on YouTube, subscribe, hit like. Tell people to go and watch this program because there was some powerful information in there. And remember, if you can conceive it, you can achieve it. And we love you. People to people, power to power, positive thinking people. Yep.